this vitamin that makes your male vitality firmness instantly. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something many men wonder about but rarely address openly: male vitality and firmness. We often look for quick fixes, but the truth is that our bodies thrive on balance, proper nutrition, and evidence-based solutions. There is one vitamin that stands out in the science of male health: vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D plays a powerful role not just in bone health, but in hormonal balance, blood circulation, and sexual function. Here's what research has shown: men with higher vitamin D levels often report better performance, improved firmness, and increased energy. That's because vitamin D helps boost testosterone production, supports vascular health, and enhances overall cellular function. Now, let's be clear, it's not magic. Nothing works overnight. But with consistent vitamin D intake through sunlight, diet, or supplementation, you can notice improvements in stamina, confidence, and performance in ways that feel almost instant compared to long-term deficiencies. So, instead of reaching for artificial shortcuts, start with what your body naturally craves. Vitamin D is simple, safe, and essential for optimal male vitality. Vitamin D is often underestimated when it comes to men's health, but in reality, it plays a central role in maintaining vitality, energy, and firmness. While most people associate this vitamin with bone health, its functions go far beyond just keeping the skeleton strong. In men, vitamin D is a crucial factor in regulating hormone levels, particularly testosterone, which is the foundation of male performance, drive, and sexual wellness. When testosterone levels are healthy, men feel more energetic, experience better muscle strength, and notice improvements in their overall vitality. On the other hand, when vitamin D levels drop, testosterone production can take a hit, leading to sluggishness, low confidence, and even challenges with firmness. This connection between vitamin D and testosterone has been highlighted in several studies, showing that men who are deficient often experience decreased reproductive function and lower quality of life. Beyond hormone regulation, vitamin D also supports vascular health, which is vital for firmness. The process of achieving and maintaining firmness relies heavily on blood flow. When blood vessels are healthy and flexible, circulation improves, and the body can respond effectively during moments of intimacy. Vitamin D helps reduce inflammation in the blood vessels and supports the lining of the arteries, known as the endothelium. This makes it easier for the blood to flow where it is needed most. Deficiency, however, is linked to poor cardiovascular health, which directly impacts male performance. In this sense, vitamin D works almost like a natural enhancer for circulation, ensuring that men not only feel more alive, but also perform better. Another important way vitamin D contributes to vitality is through its impact on energy production at the cellular level. Every cell in the body has receptors for vitamin D, which means it influences numerous bodily functions, including the way energy is produced and used. When vitamin D levels are optimal, cells function more efficiently, leading to greater stamina and endurance. This has a direct effect on daily life as well as intimate moments. Men often describe feeling more alert, focused, and physically capable when their vitamin D intake is adequate, which explains why it is considered a cornerstone for male vitality. Immune health also ties into firmness and energy in ways many people overlook. Frequent illness, fatigue, or chronic low-grade inflammation can diminish sexual health and performance. Vitamin D strengthens the immune system, reduces inflammation, and supports overall resilience. A healthier body translates to a healthier reproductive system. Men who consistently maintain sufficient vitamin D levels often report not only fewer health complaints, but also more stable energy and drive, which naturally enhances their confidence. It's also worth noting that vitamin D has a psychological effect. Low levels are strongly associated with mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. These mental health struggles can dampen desire, reduce stamina, and make men feel disconnected from their vitality. With proper vitamin D intake, mood tends to improve, stress levels decrease, and men feel more positive about themselves. That mental clarity and confidence are just as essential for firmness as the physical processes. In short, vitamin D touches nearly every system that contributes to male vitality: hormones, circulation, cellular energy, immunity, and mood. Without it, men are left vulnerable to weakness, fatigue, and underperformance. With it, they unlock a natural foundation for strength, energy, and firmness that feels transformative. When vitamin D levels are low, the body begins to show subtle but significant signs of weakness that often go unnoticed until they start affecting daily life and intimate health. A deficiency in this vitamin is surprisingly common, especially among men who spend most of their time indoors, live in areas with limited sunlight, or have diets lacking in vitamin D-rich foods. What many people don't realize is that this deficiency can be directly linked to issues such as fatigue, reduced stamina, and poor performance in critical areas of male vitality. One of the most direct effects of low vitamin D is on testosterone levels. When the body doesn't have enough vitamin D, it struggles to maintain optimal hormone production. This imbalance can result in decreased sex drive, difficulty achieving or maintaining firmness, and even a loss of muscle mass, all of which diminish a man's sense of vitality. The impact of vitamin D deficiency is not limited to hormones. It also disrupts the cardiovascular system, which plays a central role in sexual health. Firmness depends heavily on good blood circulation. Without sufficient vitamin D, the blood vessels lose flexibility, inflammation increases, and the arteries become less efficient at transporting blood. This directly compromises the ability to achieve strong, lasting firmness. Men who have chronically low vitamin D often report that their energy and performance are inconsistent or weaker than before, a reflection of how deeply circulation is tied to this nutrient. Research has repeatedly shown that cardiovascular health and sexual health are inseparable, and vitamin D is one of the key nutrients ensuring this connection stays strong. Beyond circulation and hormones, low vitamin D levels can also create a cascade of physical fatigue and weakness. Because every cell in the body has receptors for vitamin D, when those receptors remain understimulated, the energy machinery inside cells doesn't function optimally. Mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cells, rely on vitamin D to work efficiently. Without it, energy production drops, leaving men feeling sluggish, less motivated, and more easily exhausted. This lack of stamina naturally translates into reduced vitality both in daily activities and in the bedroom. What makes this even more concerning is that men often mistake these signs for normal aging, when in reality, their bodies are simply undernourished in one key vitamin. Psychological health is another domain deeply affected by vitamin D deficiency. Mood swings, irritability, and even depressive symptoms are more common in men with low levels. Mental wellness is just as important for male firmness as physical health because stress, anxiety, and low confidence interfere with performance. Vitamin D supports the brain by regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which influence mood, motivation, and satisfaction. When deficiency persists, men may feel less confident, less energetic, and more disconnected, further contributing to difficulties with vitality and intimacy. Low vitamin D also weakens the immune system, leaving the body prone to frequent illness or chronic inflammation. These conditions drain energy and further reduce stamina. Men struggling with recurring colds, fatigue, or chronic pain often overlook how much their immune health contributes to sexual function. Deficiency essentially places the body in a constant state of stress, leaving little energy for reproductive health and intimacy. Altogether, the signs of vitamin D deficiency add up to a state of poor performance and reduced firmness. From hormones to circulation, from cellular energy to mood, every system that fuels male vitality suffers when vitamin D levels drop too low. This is why addressing the deficiency is so critical. Without it, men risk living with preventable weakness and underperformance that affects both their health and confidence. Natural sources of vitamin D are among the most effective and sustainable ways to support male vitality because the body absorbs and utilizes nutrients from nature more efficiently than from artificial substitutes. One of the most powerful sources is sunlight. When the skin is exposed to direct sunlight, it triggers the production of vitamin D, which is then stored and circulated throughout the body. Just 15 to 20 minutes of regular sun exposure on the arms, face, and legs can make a noticeable difference in vitamin D levels. However, factors like darker skin tone, the use of sunscreen, seasonal changes, and limited outdoor activity can all reduce how much vitamin D the body actually produces. This is why many men, even those who live in sunny climates, can still end up deficient if they do not prioritize consistent sun exposure. Diet also plays a critical role in maintaining vitamin D levels. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines are among the richest natural sources, delivering both vitamin D and healthy omega-3 fatty acids, which further improve circulation and heart health. Eggs, especially the yolks, provide another valuable source, along with fortified foods like milk, cereals, and orange juice that are designed to help people meet their daily requirements. Mushrooms exposed to ultraviolet light are also capable of producing vitamin D, making them a useful option for men who prefer more plant-based diets. By incorporating these foods regularly, men can give their bodies the building blocks necessary for hormonal balance, energy production, and sexual function without relying solely on supplements. The advantage of obtaining vitamin D from natural sources is that it comes packaged with other supportive nutrients. For example, fatty fish not only provide vitamin D, but also high-quality proteins, zinc, and omega-3s, all of which work together to improve stamina, muscle strength, and cardiovascular function. Similarly, eggs supply both vitamin D and cholesterol, which is a raw material for testosterone production. This means that consuming natural foods doesn't just boost vitamin D, but also supports the entire system of male vitality. Another benefit of natural sources is their effect on overall lifestyle. Choosing to spend more time in the sun encourages physical activity like walking, exercising, or engaging in outdoor sports, which further enhances blood flow and testosterone production. Likewise, selecting whole nutrient-dense foods over processed options improves digestive health and body composition, which indirectly benefits firmness and energy. In this way, natural sources of vitamin D promote a healthier lifestyle overall, rather than acting as a single solution. It is also important to note that natural vitamin D sources reduce the risk of imbalance. Unlike high-dose supplements, which can sometimes lead to excess levels and potential side effects, Sun exposure and food sources allow the body to regulate vitamin D production more naturally. The skin, for example, will not produce more vitamin D than the body needs, no matter how much sun it gets, making it a self-regulating system. This ensures steady, safe levels that support vitality without the risk of overloading the system. By focusing on sunlight, nutrient-rich foods, and lifestyle habits, men can secure steady and reliable vitamin D intake. These natural sources not only provide the vitamin itself, but also complement it with additional benefits that enhance energy, mood, circulation, and hormone health. The result is a stronger, more sustainable foundation for male vitality that goes beyond quick fixes and supports long-term firmness and confidence. Supplementation becomes a practical and often necessary solution when natural sources of vitamin D are not enough to meet the body's needs. Many men live in areas where sunlight is limited during certain seasons, or they spend most of their time indoors due to work and lifestyle demands. In such cases, even with a balanced diet, it is difficult to maintain adequate vitamin D levels, which makes supplementation a reliable option for supporting male vitality. Taking supplements helps fill this gap, ensuring that the body has a consistent supply of the vitamin required to maintain testosterone levels, vascular health, and energy production. One of the most significant benefits of supplementation is the precision it offers. Unlike sunlight, which depends on time of day, weather, and skin type, or food sources that may vary in vitamin D content, supplements provide a controlled and measurable amount of the nutrient. This consistency allows men to maintain stable levels in the bloodstream, which directly impacts their vitality. Stable vitamin D levels mean more reliable testosterone production, stronger immune function, and improved blood circulation, all of which are key factors in achieving firmness and sustaining energy. For men with diagnosed deficiencies, supplementation is not just helpful but often essential. Blood tests can reveal whether vitamin D levels fall below the optimal range, and in such cases, doctors typically recommend higher doses until the deficiency is corrected. This approach can make a noticeable difference in how men feel, often restoring energy, improving mood, and enhancing performance within weeks. For others, a daily maintenance dose may be enough to support long-term health and vitality. The important thing is that supplementation allows men to take control of their health rather than leaving it up to chance. Supplements also come in various forms, including capsules, soft gels, tablets, and even liquid drops, making them easy to integrate into daily routines. Vitamin D3, in particular, is considered the most effective form because it mimics the type of vitamin D produced by the skin when exposed to sunlight. It is also more efficiently absorbed and utilized by the body compared to other forms. Pairing vitamin D supplements with healthy fats, such as avocado or olive oil, further enhances absorption since it is a fat-soluble vitamin. This simple adjustment ensures that men receive the maximum benefit from every dose. Beyond supporting testosterone and circulation, supplementation also contributes to stronger bones, better muscle performance, and improved mental clarity. These added benefits are especially valuable as men age, since natural testosterone levels tend to decline over time. By keeping vitamin D levels optimized through supplementation, men can slow down this decline, maintain confidence, and preserve their energy for both daily activities and intimate health. Another advantage of supplementation is its accessibility. It is affordable, widely available, and requires minimal effort compared to other lifestyle changes. While exercise, diet, and outdoor activity remain crucial for overall health, supplementation ensures that even when these areas are lacking, the body still receives the vital support it needs. For men aiming to restore or maintain firmness, supplementation provides an immediate and effective solution that builds a solid foundation for long-term vitality. Consistency is one of the most important factors when it comes to reaping the full benefits of vitamin D for male vitality. The body doesn't respond instantly to occasional doses or irregular habits. Instead, it thrives on steady and reliable nourishment over time. This is especially true for vitamin D, which is fat-soluble and accumulates gradually in the body. When men make vitamin D a consistent part of their lifestyle, whether through daily sunlight, regular consumption of nutrient-rich foods, or supplementation, the results are more pronounced and lasting. Vitality, stamina, and firmness improve not because of a single action, but because the body is continuously supplied with the tools it needs to function at its peak. One of the main reasons consistency matters so much is hormonal balance. Testosterone levels do not remain constant on their own. They are influenced by diet, lifestyle, stress, sleep, and nutrition. Vitamin D plays a key role in supporting stable testosterone production, but it requires ongoing intake to keep hormones balanced. Skipping days or neglecting vitamin D for long periods allows levels to drop, which in turn disrupts hormonal health. Over time, this can lead to fluctuations in energy, mood, and sexual performance. On the other hand, consistent vitamin D intake helps keep testosterone steady, ensuring that men feel more energized, confident, and capable in both daily life and intimate moments. Circulatory health is another area that thrives on consistency. Blood vessel functions not improve overnight, it strengthens over weeks and months of proper nutrition and care. Vitamin D reduces inflammation and supports endothelial health, but these benefits accumulate gradually. By maintaining steady levels, men give their cardiovascular system the chance to repair, strengthen, and perform better over time. This is especially important for firmness, which depends entirely on healthy blood flow. Men who make vitamin D part of their daily habits often notice that their performance becomes more reliable and sustained, unlike those who only address their deficiency sporadically. Consistency also ensures that energy levels remain stable. Every cell in the body relies on vitamin D to regulate key functions, and when the supply is irregular, energy production can feel inconsistent. This explains why some men experience bursts of vitality followed by fatigue when their vitamin D habits are inconsistent. By keeping intake regular, cellular energy production runs smoothly, resulting in greater stamina for both physical activity and intimacy. The difference is not always dramatic on a day-to-day basis, but over weeks and months. Consistent vitamin D intake builds a foundation of resilience that makes men feel stronger and more capable overall. Even mental health benefits from this steady approach. Mood regulation and stress control depend heavily on neurotransmitters that respond to vitamin D. Consistent intake keeps these systems supported, leading to improved focus, better sleep, and reduced anxiety. Since psychological health directly impacts confidence and sexual performance, regular vitamin D intake provides both mental and physical reinforcement. In short, the real power of vitamin D lies not just in consuming it, but in consuming it consistently. Steady habits create long-term changes, ensuring that improvements in vitality, stamina, and firmness are not temporary but lasting parts of a man's health and lifestyle. Thank you.